Pregame.tv breaking down Sunday night football action. The Pittsburgh Steelers against your Chicago Bears. All right, maybe not yours, but the Chicago Bears.
Bears.
We're talking about Pittsburgh. It's interesting. We're having a debate. We don't know what the right side was on that Monday night game, Bengals, Steelers. It's easy to look at the final score and say Bengals and under. But a lot of yards, 700 yards in that game. I think if the referees had a bet on this game, they had the Bengals.
I think they had
the under.
They cashed.
You look at that one play where Pittsburgh goes ahead.
And you had the under, so it's not like you're crying over a bad beat. You know what I mean? You cashed your ticket.
Yeah, it's a 40. I was on the under, so there was a 40-yard gain for Pittsburgh, and a guy got tripped. It was incidental. And the refs were meeting with each other, and they said, yeah, it's tripping. And well, they're the same as a holding call. There goes that drive. And then there was a fumble also that Pittsburgh had in the red zone, and they'd blown the whistle dead. And the ball's just bouncing around. A Bengal, a second and a half later, goes over and picks it up. And it gets reviewed, and they give the ball to Cincinnati. Now, when the whistle's blown and it's not a clear recovery, I didn't think you could give the ball to the other team. But apparently the refs thought you could.
Yeah, I was on the wrong side there. I thought there was.
I don't know if you're on the wrong side.
I was on the wrong outcome. The result lost.
We lost.
The result lost.
Yeah, you lost.
I didn't use that in the contest, but
you've been hot. But that was the one.
Yeah, I went 0-2 on Monday night. You know, I did. I've been doing good in football, but I went 0-2. I like the Steelers, and I like the over. You've been sending me
nothing but winners, and then you sent me those, and I was like, oh, I didn't have an opinion on the side. Maybe I should Pittsburgh. You've been so hot. I'm sorry.
Good thing you did.
I know, and I'm the NFL expert, and I'm like, I'm on the under, and I'm like,
good thing you didn't. Here's the thing. That was one of those lines where you did see a little bit of a setup because it got down to 6, and I do know some.
And the total came down to as low as 39.5.
Yeah, and I know some sharp bettors that did lay that 6, and that's why you saw it go to 7 in a lot of places. It wasn't public money alone that drove it to.
They were 6 and 7.
Exactly.
You don't see that very often. Like right on my, we got an app now on this. Have you seen this? The South Point has an app.
No.
So now you got your William Hill app. You can just you can just go ahead and up it comes, and you can.
Oh wow.
So now you can bet at the South Point also. And Bert Osborne, one of my favorite guys in the industry,
for sure.
He yelled at me the other day, but I think I deserved it.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're talking.
We were talking
Steelers,
about
Steelers, Bears.
Well, we're talking about the Steelers. Let's stay on the Steelers. Okay.
Are they done? Put a fork in them?
Are we? You know what? I would slam we're going to slam the window shut on the Steelers, but I don't know if I want to hammer the nail in yet, because they showed some life. One thing I was thinking about the Steelers is all we hear about is how Todd Haley is the most hated man in the NFL, the offensive coordinator. Bruce Arians was the genius. That Steelers did so great when he was the offensive coordinator. They brought in this bozo. He just likes to establish the run, and everyone on Twitter.
And it's a different game of football.
It's blowing up. Everyone's talking about what an idiot he is. I think the Football Outsiders talking about what an idiot he is, and they're extremely sharp. And that's got to get back to him. Pittsburgh's going to start throwing the ball more. Right?
Don't you think? And here, what I wanted to ask you is Pittsburgh they're a public team. They have a huge fan base. I mean, I was on a Sunday night game a few years ago in New Orleans. Saints against the Steelers.
A lot of Steeler fans.
I was so surprised at how well this team traveled. And
they come in and they beat up the other teams.
Yeah,
they don't get beat up.
A huge fan base.
Yeah.
And all over the country, you see Steeler fans out here by the droves at the sports books. I see so many Big Ben jerseys at the sports books every Sunday. And because of that, are you going to get value on this team? Because usually you would. A team that looked as bad as they did, losing to Tennessee at home, and then losing in front of a capacity crowd on Monday Night Football.
The jungle.
The game everyone's watching, too. Every bettor's watching. We know everyone had Cincy.
Duck Dynasty and things.
Yeah, that number one show.
Another one I've never seen. I don't know.
They're watching Steve Stevens. And
Steven Stevens.
Is that his name? Oh, whatever his name is. And
he went 8-1 last week.
But I know 8-0 in a push. I think he got the best of the number on that. He didn't lose. But back to truth. I think that bettors won fading Pittsburgh last week. So usually a team like this that historically we know is good and is resilient, usually you'd get line value from them. But when they're a public team, are you?
Well, I actually, we'll see where the line goes here. But where I'm coming here, I don't really want to bet on the Steelers. But I want to bet right now. I think Chicago is going to be a good team. I really do. But I got to fade the Bears. You look at week 1, the Bengals we talk about the Bengals, kicking Pittsburgh's butt. Okay, they really didn't. That was a misleading final. They won by 10, but they should have won. They should have won by 3.
They should have beat Chicago by 17.
6 or 7. They should have won by 3, 6, or 7. But the Bengals should have beaten Chicago as well. They're up 11 in Soldier Field, and the Bengals get a little bit too conservative. Some turnovers, some penalties, some dumb penalties, blink, and somehow the Bears pull it out. And you could argue, well, that's what Bears do. But here, back-to-back weeks where the Bears absolutely pulled out miracles at home, and now they got to go to the road against a desperate Pittsburgh team. Brand new head coach, CFL coach that's pretty sharp. I could just see the stinker coming. I really can. I can see them being overconfident at 2-0, and Cutler making some dumb plays against what is still a good Pittsburgh defense. I think they'll finally get some turnovers.
I agree. I like the Steelers side. And I'll tell you what, I think you may get a little value in the over because eventually they're going to punch in the ball.
Eventually, they're going to start throwing the ball more because they're going to read about what idiots
when the
they are
season's over,
running it too much.
They're not going to have 10% in the red zone. They're not going to be that inefficient.
Yeah, and they're getting nothing in the red zone.
They're zero. They're going 0 for 5, 0 for 6s. Because of that, I think they're going to start to progress towards the mean. It's just logic.
But my concern, I really wanted 3, and it's not 3, it's 2. That's why I'm going to get cute with this to make it official pick. I'm playing exotic.
Let's do it. Please it.
All right, I really want 3 on this game, and I'm not getting it. But anyone who's plays a lot of teasers in the NFL knows we love teasing through that corridor of 3 through 7. We love teasing a team down from 7.5 to 1.5. That's what we're doing with the Saints. We need something to tease it with. Obviously, can't have a one-game teaser. And here's the game. We're going to go ahead and tease this one up from +2 through +8.
Wow.
I think we're going to get maximum effort from the Steelers. I think the crowd will be rocking. They will be looking to do everything they can to save their season. I refuse to believe that a team with Big Ben that's had this much success is going to just mail it in suddenly starting in week 3. They're going to go all in here with a maximum effort. I'm not sure who's going to win this game, but I really think it's going to be close. Let's be safe instead of sprinkling in the money line. Not sure I even like Pittsburgh +2, but I really like them +8. They should have lost against Cincinnati, like I said, by 3, 6, or 7. I could see them losing by 3, 6, or 7, or winning by 1 or 2 or 3. Close game.
If you can't please, just tease.
I like that. Now, how about those apples? You said that.
How you like them apples?
What's funny is
that's the best line.
He said
like
that
apples. That was the best line.
The reason I love that is that my grandmother, she used to say that when I was a little boy. How about them apples? And I don't think anyone said that. My grandmother's German, and I don't think anyone said that to me in like 25 years.
Really?
So it's like bringing back Oma said that to me. How about them apples and everything? And now my little boy, he every time that something new comes in the house, he goes, is it a surprise? Do I have a surprise? It's like I can bring in like aluminum foil and put it into a ball, and it's
that's awesome.
It's a surprise. These are really the good years.
They're the best years. They're the best years.
I feel bad because Tuesday's nonstop handicapping, so I haven't seen them. So I'm going to go ahead and
see them tonight.
We're going to go ahead and wrap up the videos. I'm going to go home and kiss my little boy good night, and then work through the night getting ready for a big football weekend. We've been, we were hot last week, but you guys that have been hot on all their videos have been Ken Thompson, Marco D'Angelo, Mr. 3.5forks.com with his food reviews, which I tell you, he hasn't missed a beat on any of the places I've checked out that he's gone ahead and reviewed. They will be back in later in the week with more football, and more football videos. For all you baseball fans, Brian Leonard is still doing his
and the playoffs are coming.
Diamonds over at pregame. We'll miss Brian this week. We'll wish him luck. He's going to be coming up in the Golden Nugget. I am into the quarterfinals of the Golden Nugget.
Yeah, you are.
So having fun with that contest. Thanks for tuning in each and every week. Pregame.tv.
Kelly from Base.